Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome back to Yasmine Collects, and welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you get a chance to watch this video. Today we are on this lovely shagadelic red carpet to talk about this 1994 Magnavox CRT that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. Now, this is my first video in my new apartment. I noticed in the last video I did, which was my entire retro tech collection, that there was a little bit of an echo once I got in here. So I'm hoping that now that I have some furniture and this delicious red shagadelic carpet, that the echo is reduced. But if not, just have to either try to edit it in post, or we will work on it with time. Anyways, like I mentioned, this is a $25 CRT that I purchased on Facebook Marketplace. It is really cute. The viewable picture size is about, I would say that's about a 12-inch CRT. It's a curved screen, so, you know, give or take, but I would say it's about 12 by 9. Yeah, 12 by 9 I think is fair. You've got the inch of paneling here, and this is a Magnavox, like I already mentioned. We do also have the remote, and today I thought it would be fun to just kind of check this out and play around with it. I have had this in my possession for at least a month, maybe 2 at this point, and I just haven't tested it, haven't tried to turn it on, haven't really done much of anything because moving has been taking up all my time. Another thing that's interesting about this unit and what possessed me to pick it up and try it out is because this is actually a coax only unit. So we don't really have much of anything in terms of inputs for this particular CRT. All we have is this sad little coax input here, and I was just kind of interested to see how that's going to go. I don't typically game that much. I do have like a Wii and a PlayStation and some plug and play games that I featured on the channel, but I do that more for a novelty on YouTube for y'all than I actually do in my personal life. I'm much more into like working on archiving tapes or playing around on the computer, like fixing computers, not so much actually playing the game. So I wanted to make a video about this. Finding a really good, reasonably priced CRT is getting harder and harder, especially on stupid Facebook Marketplace. I really want a Disney CRT, either a princess one or like a Lightning McQueen one would be cool. Some sort of childhood IP CRT, but they go for upwards of like $75 to $300 depending on the condition. So finding something cute and small like this for $25 is really where it's at. But you know, as I look through my listings, a lot of these only have coax. So I figured this would be worth it if someone else is interested in a unit like this. Is it worth to get one? I don't know. Does this even power on? I don't know. But let's take a little bit of a look on the back here. As you can see, we have manufactured May 1994. So this is a mid-90s unit. Like I mentioned, this is the Magnavox brand. It was assembled in Mexico, which is interesting. I don't think I've seen a manufactured in Mexico sticker on any of my TVs before. And then, you know, it's got a couple of these other numbers here, and you know what, I actually didn't know this, but see, this is why I like to look on the back. Philips Consumer Electronic Company, so I'm assuming that Magnavox is a sub-brand of Philips, kind of like how Scion was a sub-brand of Toyota, or Acura is a sub-brand of Toyota, that kind of thing. So interesting. Let me know in the comments if that's accurate or if that has changed. A little bit of dust on the side, and also back here, which there are 2 handles here for you to lift it up and carry it. I always appreciate that, because sometimes it is the most irritating thing in the world to try to pick these things up without having some sort of anchor to help you out. So I am going to do a little bit of a dusting and a cleaning. We're going to plug it in, see if it works, and if it does, I'm going to connect this to one of my VCRs, and we can play some test tapes, mess around, see what the audio quality is like, all that fun stuff. This is something I also really look for when I'm doing a Facebook Marketplace listing or purchasing a CRT anywhere really, is do we have a remote? And it's really irritating to buy remotes. I don't know. I have a couple of units that don't have remotes, and I've seen them listed on eBay, but for some reason I'm just like, you know what? I could use that $10 for something else. So I never do, but it's nice to kind of complete that collector's mentality. This is a very, very simple remote. Nothing has really beaten my Panasonic VCR remote, which I'm gonna grab right now because I just love any excuse to talk about how much I like this remote. It is their light tower remote, so you can use this also for like cable TV and for VCRs as well. I think I'm probably just super biased and nostalgic because I had a remote that looked exactly like this growing up, but it's just like really nice to hold, and I just love this light tower font. There's just something about it that tickles my fancy, but this one is okay too. It's a little bit dirty here as well. You can kind of see like that same sort of like specific dirt color. I don't really know again if this is like a smoker's remote. It doesn't really smell like cigarettes, it just kind of smells like dirt, but we have the power button at the bottom, sleep, reset, of course your numbers, and then just kind of stuff for channels, because I mean there's really no point for this unit to have a remote that's more complicated than this, because all we're getting in an offering is the coax input, so totally makes sense. Now unfortunately this one is corroded, and it's pretty corroded. You can see there is a AAA battery hiding back there. It's kind of stuck, and then you can also see the corrosion kind of, it's actually not that bad on this connector right here, but you can definitely see some of the corrosion forming. I totally could clean this, and you know what, I want to, but I have so many corroded things that I need to work on, and I think I just need to do them all in like one foul swoop in a pile at some point. So it's not going to be done today, but I did still want to give you a chance to see the remote. It's definitely obviously not in functional condition, but we do have buttons on the TV. And here are said buttons. So we have the Magnavox logo down here, and then if we direct our attention a little bit lower on this unit, we have the menu buttons here. Not the best. This one especially down here feels a little bit stiff. This one clicks pretty well. This one not so much. You know how it is with CRTs. These buttons always fall off. I don't know why. It's just like a universal experience. We also have the channel up and down. These feel fine. And the volume buttons feel really good, which is really the most important part, is adjusting that volume. And then also, of course, our teeny tiny little power button here. These are not fun to click. If we're reviewing buttons, I would say that these are like some of the worst. But I mean, the buttons are here and hopefully they still function. And then we've got this cute little font right here that just says remote control. So I think that's all I wanted to go over before we actually plug this unit in and see if it works. This is always the most nerve-wracking part. I always wait to do this in videos, one, because it's more entertaining this way, but actually two, the bigger reason is that I just get so nervous. I know that it's just a TV and it can't hurt me, but I always just feel like if I plug this in, my entire house is going to explode, or like this whole thing is just going to like explode. So I know that that's very dramatic and probably not the case, but y'all are just a little bit more comforting. So I'm gonna take my mic off real quick because I have to stand up and plug this in. Hopefully, I'm gonna actually turn off my dehumidifier as well, so like we get as quiet as we can. I do have laundry going on in the other room, so you might be able to hear that, but I just wanna make sure that we can listen for any like cracks, pops, capacitors, whines, anything of the sort. I'm not opening this up. I didn't really look inside it too much either. It seems fine, but you know, we don't know until we actually try to power it on. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna take my mic off. All right, I'm back. I've powered it on. Part one of the scariest part. Now all I have to do is press the power button. Oh my God, I pushed this one off for so long, for several months, that it's like extra scary. Really, it shouldn't be. It's just a TV. And oh my gosh, my rabbit is gonna start drinking water right now, which is like one of the loudest, most obnoxious noises. Hi baby, are you sure you're that thirsty, or can you wait? Can you wait for Mama to finish doing this real quick? Oh, thank you. Mama's got to turn on this TV. No, Mama's got to turn on this TV. Oh. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, Lordy. These buttons are really bad. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for screaming on the mic. I really hope that that didn't scare you. It really powered on quickly though. Like it literally, like some of my other CRTs, I'm used to them. Also, she's gonna drink her water. You guys are just gonna have to listen to it. Here she is, so you can put a face to the name. Say you're sorry for annoying mostly me, probably not my viewers. Also, just a random info dump here. Rabbits are not supposed to use bottles. They're supposed to use water dishes, which my other two have, but she is a special needs rabbit and she has issues with getting water all over her face. So now that that's out of the way, let's go back to the CRT. So it obviously does work. This is a pretty decent picture. I mean, I haven't done anything yet, but I mean, I can see the, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's just static electricity. Let's take a breath. Oh my God. If you're new to this channel, you should watch my first ever video that I did on CRTs. I talk a lot about my phobia of CRTs. I've like genuinely love them so much, think they're super cool and interesting, but I do actually like, I'm working through some fears. I've gotten a lot better, but then I think after moving, I've just like regressed a little bit. So I just got very scared. I'm honestly still scared. I'm just gonna look on the side here. The actual whine itself, like the, you know, the picture being projected onto the screen is not very loud. There is like a little bit of a buzzing noise that I'm gonna try to have you hear. Hopefully my girly girl here is still drinking her water though, so that might be problematic. Gonna hold my mic up to the back here so you can hear there's a little bit of a buzz. But that could truly be from anything. So let me just mess around with these menu buttons real quick. Again, not the funnest thing to hit, I'll tell you that. No, I don't want to exit. Brightness, we're like right in the middle, which is good. Picture, okay. Color, right in the middle. Pretty much everything is just like right in the middle as it should be. Sharpness is a little high, but I don't really know how to. Cable, yeah, I don't have cable. Press plus. None of this really matters. We're completely digital now, so sadly, this is all irrelevant. Let me get out of here. All right, well, let me power her off. Oh, wow, that is a new, I think this is just like an older TV. I'm not used to this type of power off. I'm used to it being more like a psh, and then it like, psh, like it snaps closed like right here, but this one is like a beep boop, it goes down. I don't know if any of that's making sense. Now, isn't this a cute little setup? We have my daily driver up here on top. This is the Panasonic PV4520. This is my most favorite VCR. It's in the best condition. I use this one all the time, and this is the one that corresponds to, hello, are you gonna focus? There we go. This is the one that corresponds to this remote that I showed you earlier. So I've connected VCRs to coaxes before, but it's kind of been a minute. I feel like this one's from, is it 2000 or 1999? Let me check real quick. This is the year 2000. So I do have a Quasar one that would probably be more period accurate to go with this, but that one sometimes can be testy. The pinch roller needs replacement. So I figured today, for the test tape, we could do this twist and go styling video. This is something I have archived on my channel. I really, really love these old school kind of tutorial tapes. They're definitely my favorite. This one's super short, and hopefully I do not have to deal with some sort of copyright issue with it. So it's weird hitting the power button on this TV, I will say, because I literally don't even hear it start up. It's actually super quiet, which, I don't know, maybe that's like a high-end thing. I don't really have any high-end CRTs. I have no Trinitrons. I really, really want a Trinitron. I want a small one. That is my goal in life. Hopefully maybe one day. Also, I'm just now realizing that I'm all mic'd up and I did not plug in this VCR. So let's see how far I can get without knocking everything over. Oh, I'm being strangled. Hold up. All right, there we go. Anyways, I do really want a Trinitron, maybe one day, but this is probably like my highest end one I have, because my other one's a Memorax. I guess Memorax is kind of on par, but it's a travel one from 2002, so not the best. And then I have my Broxonic, which obviously is kind of like an off-brand. Also, I have the Coax connected. I have no idea if this is gonna work, to be completely real with you. I've never, oh, okay. Well, kind of. Sure looks terrible now, doesn't it? I'm gonna turn the lights off so you can see a little better, but this actually looks like super disturbing. Do not to be afraid of the creepy, creepy, creepy CRT. It can't get you. Well, this kind of looks like crap. Maybe I put the wrong coax in because there's two different inputs on this VCR. There's one, I'll show you in a sec. I can't really right now because it's super dark, but if I turn the light on, you're not really gonna be able to see much of anything. So have I ever mentioned to you how much I hate coax cables? Like, why must they be such a pain to, oh God, come on now. I think the worst part about making videos is that I can't feature the parts where I'm cursing because YouTube doesn't like that. So then when I'm like doing this, I end up having to cut out so much because I'm like swearing like a sailor. There we go. Okay. Maybe it's supposed to go into this top one. Does that look better? No, there's nothing at all now. Okay. So it's supposed to be the bottom one. I just did that for no reason. I guess this is as good as we're gonna get. Yeah, it looks terrible. Like really bad. Looks awful. Do we have any? Yeah, we have some buzzing. Okay, well let's put in a tape. Let's put in a tape and see if it gets better. I don't think it's gonna. Oh, this is so bad. This is like unwatchable. Sweet Jesus. Oh, this is horrid. Okay, well, there's a little bit of a picture. Oh my God. Maybe this is just a bad cable. This is a brand new one though. I don't even, do we need to listen to this? This is terrible. Okay. Well, let me stop this because none of us need to be subjected to this. And then allow me to show you the back of my setup. You guys can tell me what I'm doing wrong. If I am doing something wrong, there's so many things that could go wrong. This could be a bad cable, but I feel like it's not. I know it looked gorgeous in the front, but now we have tragedy in the back. And I did a little Googling. Really all I need is an adapter, and probably could have just looked this up before I did a video, but what the heck is the fun in that? Okay, I'm sorry if I made you feel old throughout this entire one. Because I guess this probably is common sense. I feel like I've done this before with the VCRs though. Like I've put a coax in a VCR and connected it to like a Roku TV. I know I've done that before. So maybe there is still something I'm missing on that front. But you know what I think would be fun for this TV? I would love to get a analog to digital converter, and maybe I can use this one as like my little cable TV, you know, since I already have quite a few that support gaming, or you know, my other one is a VCR combo and the VCR does work. So I already kind of have that. So this can kind of be like our little cable TV. I don't know, something about that, like waking up in the morning and turning on the news on this, I feel like that would be amazing. So yeah, but you know, if you want to see the setup, we've got, you know, these cables are always much longer than they ever need to be. And then we actually have two here. We have one that says out to TV. Oh, you can't see that. One that says out to TV, and then one that says, good Lord, in from antenna. In from ant is what it really says, but you know, ant is definitely short for antenna. So yeah, I'll probably get a converter for this one. I would say with the original question in my video, I guess if you're like in your mid-20s and you like retro tech as well, should you go to CRT with a coaxial input only? It's a poor man's CRT, so that is something to keep in mind. And also, you're probably gonna need an adapter if you need this for gaming, but you know, maybe not. I don't know. This is a new avenue for me. I feel like this little input here is giving me a run for my money. I've got questions, honestly. I feel like y'all will fill me in the comments. So I guess I can't really come to a standard conclusion, but either way, this little Magnavox is really cute. It's super, super quiet too, which I really appreciate. Some of my other ones are actually quite a ways louder than this, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, if you like this video, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, Yasmine Collects. We do all kinds of fun retro stuff on this channel, CRTs, VCRs, tapes, more things, computers, blah, 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 blah. You can click on the channel and see what I have to offer you. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing evening. And I guess the thing I'll leave you with is that you may have thought that you were listening to a normal person, but you're actually listening to someone that looks like this right now. Okay, good night.